American-born Chinese. Jin Wang, one of the main characters in American-born Chinese, goes through many changes throughout the book due to stereotypes and wanting to fit in. Being an insecure teenager and an American-born Chinese, he expects to be stereotyped by those who believe in them, which change his mentality. The author Jin Luen Yang, wanting to show the message about accepting one's identity, used many techniques to better show his message. In this chapter, we see Jin's first encounter with Chinese stereotypes in page 37 and 38. Jin was introduced by a teacher who mispronounced his name, assumed where he came from, and one of the students asked if he eats dogs. However, his lack of reaction throughout page 38 and 40 might suggest that he's annoyed because he's young and he wasn't used to being stereotyped by others, not knowing how to react other than feel offended. Additionally, due to the stereotypes, he's beginning to become insecure about himself, and is first shown when Wei Chen came to the school being introduced to the class. In page 43 in panel 3, Jean seems to be mad at Wei Chen and making remarks to himself of wanting to beat Wei Chen up. It may be odd to some readers when reading this part, but if you really analyze it, the reason behind Jin's remarks is that Wei Chen reminds Jin of himself, and with his experience of being stereotyped by others, seeing Wei Chen is a realization to Jin that he's stereotyped due to his looks and background, which makes Jin hate himself. Moving on to chapter 2 and 3, you'll be able to see a few more changes to his mentality and an increased rate of being insecure of himself. However, in the beginning of chapter 2, Jin has a crush on Amelia, which gives him another reason of wanting to change up certain things about himself, so then he can have a chance with her. In page 93, he then proceeded to tell Wei Chen about his crush, and Wei Chen started laughing at Jin, telling him, "In Taiwan, any boy who loves a girl before 18, everybody laughs at him." Jin then responded back saying, "This isn't Taiwan, you doof. Stop acting like such an FOB." This event in the book shows his hatred towards his Asian culture, and Jin wanted to distinguish himself from Wei Chen, but in reality, he isn't seen as someone different to Wei Chen by his other classmates. On page 95 and 96, Jin's insecurities towards himself grows and can be seen when Amelia volunteers to watch for the animals in the lab, but he doesn't take it. On page 98, Jin didn't take it because he has suspicion that Amelia would rather be with someone like Greg rather than someone Asian. Even though his friends tried to get that notion out of Jin's head, he still believed it. Walking back home in page 101, he thought about it and he came to the conclusion maybe if he changed his hair to a perm hairstyle, then he could have a chance with her, which is what he did, and you can see the result in page 102. Analyzing the sequence of events, his insecurities of being Asian deter him from taking that chance, thinking that being Asian wouldn't get him a chance with Amelia, but maybe changing his bowl cut hairstyle would make him look less of an Asian. Later finding out the hair didn't change how people would treat him, after when Greg made a comment on Jin's hair and calls him a geek in page 185. After finding out about his hair, he felt sad and got out of school, but came across Susie, who seemed to be down as well. He sat down with her, and later, after finding out the reason behind her sadness, without thinking, he kissed Susie and ends up getting punched. Later confronted by Wei Chen in page 191, he goes on talking about how they're alike and how they're brothers, which enraged Jin. Filled with rage, he told Wei Chen that she can do better than an FOB like you, then thus receiving a punch from Wei Chen. The reason behind Jin's words to Wei Chen is similar to when he first met him, frustrated in knowing that he's like Wei Chen. At the end, Jin meets Monkey King, who told his experience on embracing his true identity, implying that Jin should do that. The Monkey King's advice influenced Jin to embrace his Asian culture by going to a Chinese restaurant and wait there to meet up with Wei Chen to settle their beef. When Wei Chen came by, they sat together and they reconciled, becoming friends again. At that point, Jin finally realizes the benefits of embracing his culture and accepting his own identity of being American-born Chinese. Throughout the book, many themes can be spotted, such as friendship, like Jin and Wei Chen early on in the book, or humility, when Jin finally learned his lesson, but overall, acceptance and identity are the main theme. The author wanted to tell other people who experience stereotypes is to not deny your identity and hide it from others to become what they want, but rather embrace your true identity and accept yourself for who you are.